अवतार मेहर
बाबा
की
की
जय।
जय।
अवतार में बाबा
बाबा
की जय।
जय।
अवतार में बाबा की जय।
Jai
Thank you,
Baba,
uncle, for
everybody.
joining.
Yes, please.
Thank you, uncle, for joining. Thank you so much. Over to you.
Thank you. I hope you can hear me. If at all, by talking, if at all you miss certain point, you can just stop me and ask me about it. Don't hesitate to do that. Because it is not a I'm just giving a lecture or bringing a speech. It is just a conversation in between you and me. So whenever if you feel that some point is not clear, then you can stop me and ask me about it. Anyway, now last time Ganesh was absent. You are absent, Ganesh? Ganesh,
I wasn't
you
absent.
you were
In your
late?
last session, I was there. Yes.
I see. Uh, we have a memorial in a very big hospital. In Pune, we have very famous hospital called Sassoon Hospital, David Sassoon Hospital. The major donation was given. This hospital has already completed 100 years. It has completed 100 years.
कार्यक्रम आहे माझा, त्याच्यानंतर येईल. After 1 hour.
Sorry, you have to unmute, uncle. They're got muted. Just 1 second. You have to unmute. Yeah. Now you can speak. No, you're on mute.
It is all right.
You're on mute. Yeah, now you're all right. Yeah, we can hear you.
I'm sorry. Yeah. I am very much expert on these technical matters. Anyway, I was just telling them about the little bit about the memorial which we are having in Sassoon Hospital. Ganesh, you have talked about it before. Ganesh?
No, I haven't spoken about it. No, I haven't shared about it.
You didn't talk about it?
No. About Sassoon, right?
I think I will tell something about that.
Yes.
Because the Sassoon Hospital was established 100 years before. I think it must have completed 120 years or so. It is so very old hospital, and the major donation was given by one person from Israel, one Jew. One Jew was the person who had given the major donation, and the hospital was constructed there, and it went on spreading. It went on spreading so much so that there have been several buildings in that complex, the whole complex. Adjacent to this hospital, there is a medical college, very famous medical college in Pune. And the hospital is, complete in every respect. It has everything, every arrangement for any sort of disease. So that is a very, very good hospital. But then this hospital is supposed to be for the poor class people, because they don't, early times, they were not charging anything, but nowadays they charge very nominal fees, and very economical from the point of view of spending money. And the best treatment we get when this Baba was born in this hospital, as we know that 25th of February at in the early morning at 5 o'clock. And there was a ward. There was a ward which was donated by a Parsi person, and thereafter it was being called as a Parsi ward. In that ward, Mer Baba was born. It is not in the main building, but it is in the adjacent building, a small portion of it. After after when after years, when it was completing 100 years, Baba was in Guruprasad. They had arranged for a very big event to celebrate that centenary of that hospital, and the invitee was one Dr. Ginde, Ram Ginde. He was the world famous neurosurgeon and very ardent Baba lover. Very ardent Baba lover. Whenever Baba wants him, he will come to Guru Prasad. Whenever there are programs, he will come to Guru Prasad. All along with his family, he comes to Guru Prasad and takes Baba's darshan. He was in Mumbai, of course. Thereafter, he was in Mumbai. But then every Sunday, whenever there is a program, he will make it a point to attend that program. And in between times also, he would come and see Baba. As Baba's health was failing, Dr. Ginde was very much careful about looking after Baba's health. That was in Pune also, and from Mumbai also. Whenever there are any problems, Dr. Gover will just call Dr. Ginde, and Ginde will just run to Mirazad. It was very devoted to Mir Baba. And as we know that during Baba's last time, when Baba was suffering those uh, very strong spasms, his body was raising to about 3 4 feet from the cot. That time Baba was repeatedly asking whether doctor has come, whether Dr. Ginde has come. And Ginde was on the way. In fact, he had entered Nagar, and for a little time he went to Adi's office. It is said that when he was urinating there, he had a very mild heart attack. But then thereafter he came to Merazad just just after Baba dropped his body. Just few minutes after Baba dropped his body, he came there. Baba lied down, motionless. Eras was trying to revive him, his breath and all that. But then Dr. Ginde examined. There was another doctor from the both hospital in Nagar. Both of them declared that Baba is no more now. But Mani was very insistent that Baba had told them that if at all, it may be that I may go in coma, but I will regain. But the doctor said, no, it is not like that. He has passed away. And thereafter, they further made all the arrangement for taking that body to everything followed thereafter. So this Dr. Ginde, he was a chief guest during that session, during that program which was held to celebrate the 100th birth anniversary creation. Now, when one Dr. Mutalik was the superintendent of that hostel, of that hospital, he went to invite Baba for that function. And Baba was in very strict seclusion. Baba was in Guruprasad. Baba was in strict seclusion, and Baba said that I cannot come. I won't be able to come because I am in seclusion. But I am sending my representative, and that is Baba's younger brother Jal. He was sent, and Baba gave a beautiful message. That message reads, the deliverer of this world was delivered here. The deliverer of this world was delivered here. Of course, that the hospital authorities, they have changed that message, mentioning Baba's name and all that. But that when that building was to be demolished, there is a story about it. I was in Mumbai. I was attending some program in Mumbai. I was in Pune actually, but then I had gone to Mumbai for some work, for some function, and I was attending that function, and somebody called me there that Pratap, that building is being demolished now. The whole Sassoon Hospital building is going demolished. The portion of that Parsi ward that will be demolished, and then you have to do something to retain it. And just when I came back, immediately the same evening I came back and contacted Prashant, my son, and then we drafted a letter, an application, and along with some other people, we our Pune Center people, we went and saw that dean, the the person Mutalik who had gone there to invite Baba. In his place, there was one another person by name Patil. He was also very cooperative person. He guided us everything about how to present our case, and then we went to see the dean. The dean was very cooperative, but then we had we asked for little time to make an application from the trust, and very gladly he said, "Now uh, uh, we are just keeping we are this process is going on, and in the meantime you can just make all that applications and all that." And then we just say we prepared the application ourselves, but send that application to the trust office for the chairman to sign. The chairman signed that letter, and that application was sent back to us. We, along with that application, we approached the dean again. The dean was very cooperative person. He made a very strong recommendation for retaining that portion. What was our request is that the portion of that ward, Parsi ward, be retained as it is. The rest of the building may be demolished, but then this portion can be maintained as it is. By that time, so many people used to go there, but then uh, they said that it may not be possible. But then, as a result of that application and our frequent meeting with that dean and other people, what had happened is that when they made out a demolition plan, they had shown a, a spot for the memorial of Mer Baba, and that we had to get satisfied with that much. Then now we thought that the spot was the same as that of that ward, but then when again we were in touch with the people, always in touch with the people, we were following the matter very closely. Once the executive engineer, who was also very cooperative with us, he called me and asked me as to why, how you say that this was the ward where Meher Baba was born. I said, it is more than 100 years now. How can I say anything about that? But it is a recognition by the family people who were there, and also by other people, senior most people who used to come there to pay their respects. So there is no doubt about this spot where the ward where Baba was born. And in fact, it has been recognized by all Mera Baba lovers. They come and pay their respects here. And that is Meher Baba's sister and Meher Baba's brother. They have told us that was the ward. And the executive engineer asked me, uh, I was called there. What he said is, I was called there. There was one complaint from a person who was a Parsi. Look, a Parsi person had made an application or made a complaint that how a memorial spiritual personality can be created in an institute like a big hospital, a public hospital. How that can be made? He made an application. He brought a obstruction in that, and that for that matter, the executive engineer was called by the government officer, and there the executive engineer explained the way, exactly the way I had put up my case before him. After he came there from there, he asked me, called me and asked me, how you say that it is Baba's birthplace. And when I told him that it is beyond recognition, beyond doubt now that it has been recognized as a ward where Meher Baba was born. And then I made all the arguments, and then that executive engineer, he also said that I made before the chief secretary the same argument as you are arguing it now. I made the same argument, and they have shown that spot as a spot preserved, kept reserved for Meher Baba's memorial. And then there was a question, they had to shift it to first floor. We wanted it on the ground floor, but then we were told that on the ground floor they are having their garages for keeping cars and vehicles, and it will be used by several people, several such people. It will not be safe for having that memorial on the ground floor. So somehow we agreed to the memorial on the first floor, and now they have kept that room as a memorial for Meher Baba's birth in that hospital. Before the building was demolished, before the ward was demolished, we had a very grand program, making a lot of publicity about that program throughout Pune. People from different places in India, they came and attended this program. So it was a very big event that we had created just before demolition of that whole portion. And thereafter, when that the ward was being demolished, Ted Judson, he himself came, and I was there. We waited there throughout the time. The whole thing was there, and some of the frames, window door frames, and some of the not broken tiles, but tiles in a good shape. They were sorted out and they were put in a truck and they were sent to Mehrabad to be used for somewhere else in Mehrabad. So that is how, and thereafter the wooden frames of that windows, they are designed, frames are designed, specially designed for that hospital. So that was taken out, and then that has been used by Ted in the same premises which have been made for Mir Baba's memorial. So that is the story about that place. Whenever our people come there, anyone comes there, we take them to the memorial. It is still yet not in a full swing, but then today or tomorrow, people will start visiting that place also. This was the first topic which came to my mind. I thought that I should explain to you. So whenever you attend Pune, you keep in mind that there is one more place, which is the memorial, Mir Baba Memorial in the Hassan Hospital. Now, I was going to talk about today's very auspicious day for Hindus in India. It is called a
I have a short film on Sassoon. Should I share that?
this day, Sankrant, Makar Sankrant. Makar Sankrant, it has something to do with the with the two poles, South Pole and North Pole and South Pole. The Earth keeps on revolving around the sun, and uh, when South Pole comes there, then when it turns back to the now North Pole being coming close to sun, this particular day is meant for that purpose, and that is called a Makar Sankranti. On this particular day, this is more or less observed as a festival. Our people, they make some sweets out of sugar and sesame. These two things are mixed up in a particular proportion, and then it is given very respectfully to whoever comes there, whoever meet you either on the road or anywhere, or you go to somebody. Then whenever you meet each other, they exchange with this sweet, expecting the person to whom you are giving. They are expecting him to always speak sweet, always speak sweet. That is the whole idea of this particular festival. But more than that, the importance of this day is that in the year 1956, on 14th of January, Baba had held a public darshan program in Pune. Perhaps that was the first darshan program was in uh, in Wadia Park in Ahmednagar. But then this was the first program in Pune was on 14th of January in 1956. Baba had come from Satara, I think. And the Pune people, they were given responsibility to arrange for this big event. There was a very large bungalow on the outskirts of Pune. It was not, I mean, much outskirts, but it was somewhere close to a Ferguson Road where Baba had his hut in Baba's young age. As we know that Baba was occupying Baba had got made a hut for him, and he used to stay there throughout the. He stayed there for about 9 months or so, and thereafter he went to uh, Mumbai. So this place was somewhere close to that this darshan place. Darshan. It was a big bungalow owned by one Dhanukar. He was a rich person. Perhaps that bungalow was vacant that time, and from 9 o'clock in the morning till about 5 o'clock in the evening, Baba had given darshan. There were all the arguments made for this. A very big pendal was raised there, and the darshan for the darshan queues, the railings were laid down, and volunteers were posted at different places. And throughout the day, people kept on coming continuously for Baba's darshan. Baba had distributed the same tilgul, we call it tilgul. Gul means jaggery, and til means sesame. So this mixed together is tilgul. It is Baba had it is made in a beautifully made in a sort of a candy, and Baba with his both hands he was distributing that prasad. Heaps of bundles of that prasad was kept at hand for Baba to give to the people. And on one side, this bhajan was going on. We were also there. We were singing. There were other singers also who wanted to sing there, who were giving chance to sing there. And the whole day, except just mind well, right from 9 o'clock to about 5 o'clock, 7, 8 hours, Baba was sitting on one place. Except that only once, he went inside for toilet. Otherwise, he was sitting there throughout the time, distributing his prasad to each and every person, giving them a physical touch by Meher Baba. That was very special about Meher Baba. In fact, when we sit in a program, when we sit in a program, we have a habit of moving from one place to another place, never steady at one place. Some people have got that habit. They will go from here to there to there to there, talk something with somebody. That talk will not be nothing to do about the main subject which is going on. Somebody will be giving talk. These people will be moving around, talking with different people. That is the habit which we have. But look at the God man. God man, when he is giving darshan, he is sitting at one place. The same thing had happened in Wadia Park also, Nagar also, during Baba Darshan program. Baba used to sit only for once only, he will get up. Otherwise, the whole time he will be busy in giving his prasad, at times with both his hands. It is, in fact, this lesson we should take, that whenever we sit in a program, we should also not leave the place unless the program is over. Now, coming to our main subject, which I had already started. In between, there was some sort of a discussion about Pokarji and all that. Now I start with that. The first center, or rather to say, a first center constructed was constructed, first center in Nauranga in northern India, in the district. District is different, but that place is called Nauranga, and it was in around 1961 or so. The people at Nauranga, one Babu Ram Prasad, he was the landowner, a very big person, very rich person. Along with him, there was one Siddha Gopal. He was also very rich person. Both were Jamindar. The Jamindar is landowner. Now they had thought of making a big center there with Baba statue there. And they came to Guruprasad with that request, but Baba just shirked up that idea. Baba was not very much in favor of creating such a center which will be simply a dead walls, just like a dead wall. But then those people were insisting that Baba, we are so very keen to make a center at Nauranga, and we are just waiting for your consent. Everything is ready, and the moment you give your consent, we were in a short time we will be making it a beautiful center for you. Very reluctantly, with several messages, important messages, Baba gives permission. That permission was given on very peculiar conditions. What Baba had said, that my center should be such that everyone should be allowed to pray there in his own way. If somebody wants to pray in Indian language, he should be allowed to do that. If somebody wants to give namaz, he should be allowed to do that. If some Christian wants to say some prayer, he should be allowed to do that. Not only that, but there should be a freedom of worship. That word Baba has used is that freedom of worship should be there. If that freedom of worship is there, then only I can give you permission to that. These conditions were agreed upon, and the whole process was started. I quietly remember, I don't take these things, but I remember that Baba had said once when he was saying about freedom of worship. Somebody wants to abuse Baba, he should be allowed to do. If somebody wants to spit on that statue, he should be allowed to do that. I remember to that extent, because when this discussion was going on, the whole thing was reported thereafter also, and Baba was very much seriously giving these instructions that if at all there is a center for me, these conditions should be fulfilled, that there should be a freedom of worship. A person should be free to express in a way he wants to express. And then, right earnestly, they started creating that center. First thing that they did was they had brought one very expert person from Jaipur making a statue. For making a statue, Baba standing statue, a person was, all that material was, all that stone, everything was called from Jaipur only. It is known, that place is known for that, and very good artists are there from that place. I remember that artist, one artist who is to come there and sit before Baba for hours together. Baba is to allow him to sit before him for hours. Baba was giving him chance to sit at different places in different angles. So he was taking different places from different angles. Not only that, but he had taken some measurements of Baba's limbs, also Baba's body. And as a result, a beautiful, a beautiful statue was made by him. It is a standing statue. Baba is standing there with his pink, pink coat and sadra. And believe me, if you stand close to that, you feel as if Baba is standing there. It is so very beautiful statue. Then this is the first statue made in India. That was made in Nauranga. A little about Nauranga, it is a very small village, a remote place, very small village, and many, except that a couple of zamindars, couple of landowners, most of the people are poor farmers, poor workers on the farm. And when first time Baba visited this place, this very important event that I want to tell you, that when first time Baba visited this place, Nauranga, during Baba's travel in 1953-54, when Baba had gone to visit this Nauranga, these people were there, the Baba lovers were there, but there was one very mischievous person. What he had done is, there is a very big canal very close to the village. What he did was just he broke a lip, broke. He didn't like Baba to visit that place. He never knew who is Meher Baba, and perhaps because of his orthodox thoughts and all that, he he wanted to create some sort of a obstacle in Baba's visit. And what he did was he broke the wall of the canal, and the whole water was spread over the whole village, and Baba's car would not enter, could not enter that village. That time, for the first time, first reception was in this way. And then Baba, instead of coming inside the village, Baba went aside. There was a big open place, a big tree. Under that tree, Baba sat there and gave darshan to people. That place now it is maintained. That still that place where Baba had first given that darshan, that place is still there, and people bow down, go and bow down, pay their respect there. Now coming to the center, they have constructed a beautiful center They have quite a big place, a close round place, and so many Baba's messages have been displayed there. Basic messages which were given at that time, and a very beautiful atmosphere now. It's a Nauranga is a beautiful atmosphere. There are two portions. One portion is for Baba's center. I would say center. They used to call it as a mandir or a temple, but the Baba didn't like that word. And the name Baba gave was Meher Dham. Meher Dham. Dham means place. Dham means house. So Meher Dham. That is the name that place has been given. And it's a very, very nice situation, very nice center. Adjacent to that center, there is another big area where people people coming from outstation, they are arranged, their stay is arranged at that place, the adjacent place. That means one side there is a Baba center, another side there is guest houses for people to stay. So this is beautiful situation, beautiful center, and the first statue which has been created for Meher Baba is a beautiful statue, beautiful standing statue, very rare one. Thereafter, so many statues have come. There one next was following was in Andhra. That was in Kovur. There is another story about that, but that statue is sitting pose. That is also life size statue. It is a sitting pose. This standing in Nauranga is also life size statue. Here also sitting statue in Kovur is also life size statue. Both are beautiful statues. Besides this, there are other statues in different centers. They are not good, not good. They are just when now this seems to be
Yeah, Nauranga.
the,
This is Nauranga statue.
this now, but this is after they have repainted it. They have repainted it. After that, they have made it very gaudy. The earlier statue, the first one was really beautiful one. Now this face and all that they have I would say they have spoiled it to some extent. But the original was very nice, very soft. That color was very soft color, very beautiful color. And it was opened by Aditi Irani. Baba had allowed Aditi that even now here also this during the painting also she has made some sort of a uh, wrong alterations. This portion is little bit looks like disproportionate. So now the statue has lost its own beauty. The first was a beautiful one. Even if you stand close to it, you feel very happy about it. Now, of course, the color has been very shining and very gaudy color, and such a repainting of these mosaics and all that, that is not done properly. Anyway, the another statue which is in Kovur, that is also a very beautiful statue. It is made out of bronze, made out of bronze. So it is strong, and the face is quite good. This Baba is in sitting pose, and people are taking due care of that place also. There was one person who had revived the whole thing, because the main person who was responsible for creating this Navra and this Kovur center, that Panda, after his death, this place was actually neglected, actually abandoned, and nobody was attending to it. But thereafter, someone from some Baba lover, he thought bad about it, and then he revived the whole thing. And now everything is flourishing now. Every year, every month, they are conducting program. Every year, they are conducting quite a big program where many people from other centers also attend. So these are the two main centers where Baba statues are there. Good statues are there. Now there is a statue in Hamirpur also, Merpuri also. That is also a sitting statue. But it's not, it's a good, not, I mean, not so good, but that it's all right. But at certain other places, I remember once in Andhra somewhere, the statue is so very bad that you even don't feel like bowing down. It is in such a bad shape. And once it so happened that when the topic of statues come, I was I had paid visit to Merazad. That time the all the members, lady members were not taking good health. So nobody was allowed to touch them. Nobody was allowed to shake hands with them. And then they were sitting on a row on a chair. And when we are supposed to go and say Jai Baba from a distance, then I was just going there. The first lady sitting was Mani. I just said Jai Baba and just proceed further. And she called me back. Pratap, just wait. I have something to show to you. And I came back and she showed me one picture of a statue, Meru Baba statue, which was taken at some place. And she asked me, what do you think about this? I couldn't make out just what she means to say. I said that Mani, I have seen several such statues where you don't feel like bowing down. Then just by her mischievous nature, she says, it is your weakness. It's your weakness. You can't see Baba in that. This is Baba statue. It is called as Baba statue. It is meant to be Baba statue. The person who has made it, he has made it as a Baba statue. So you must accept it as a Baba statue. I said, but look at the face and look at the shape and all that. See, even Baba's pictures, painted pictures, they do not come nice. What to talk about the statue? I said, Mani, somehow I am not able to, I am not able to adjust with this sort of thing that Baba statue, any statue, I will just go and bow down and love. But don't you think it is your weakness? She's teasing me now and then. And I am saying the same thing. I admit that it is my weakness, but it is a genuine weakness. How you say it is a genuine weakness? It is a weakness. Weakness is a weakness. I said, Mani auntie, you may call anything. You may blame me about this, but then let me admit that I cannot just adjust with this sort of this sort of defacing Baba. Then when I was just leaving further, she called me and very softly said, "It is your weakness and it is also my weakness." She kept on teasing me first, and thereafter she agrees and tells me that it is also my weakness. So our K.K. Ramakrishna Pune Center Secretary used to say that even in Baba's pictures, even in Baba's pictures, actually taken live pictures, photographs, they also do not depict the whole their real beauty of Meher Baba. They do not depict that real beauty of Meher Baba. What to talk about their paintings and what to talk about the statues. But then I must admit that some of the paintings, when I was in traveling in US, some of the paintings I liked. They are nicely made. I think they just have an outline and then inside painting. Some process they are now there is one painting in Mumbai Center also. That is also very nice painting. So it's very few paintings are there which are similar to Baba's face. Otherwise, Baba's beauty cannot be captured by even his actual taken photographs. That is the truth. Now I have just divert topics today, not confined to one topic. But then I had in my mind to say about continue about the telling you something about the Pune Center that Baba Wailing. I'll be telling you next time. So today we have to take Aarti and Aarti. Sorry.
I'll just show the Sassoon short film is there about that Baba room. It's a 3-minute film which I can share so people will know what that room is about.
Ganesh?
Yes, it's a short. We have a short 3-minute film. 3 minutes film. It's a 3 minutes film about Baba's room.
3 minutes.
That I will. 3 minutes. 3 minutes. 3
and
minutes.
thereafter.
Then you can take the Aarti after that. Aarti after that.
All right.
Sure.
So this is about. There are several statues in other state centers also, but and there are the paintings also, but they are not good. They are no good. Painting can paint a picture that may be tolerable, but not the original giving it shape, the whole outline, and then carving the eyes and nose and everything. That doesn't come nice. I have a very bad experience about that. Yeah, Kankal. I was talking about Kankal. Kankal, the statue which they have made. In fact, Bharucha and Madhusudan came when they. I was sitting in the.
Kaka, sorry for the interruption. It is not Kankal, it is Kamareddy. Kankal got a painting. It got a painting. When Bharucha opened the statue of the Kamareddy center, he was astonished and stand still. He said, Meher, Baba doesn't look like Baba. He looks like a sit. That is in Kamareddy, not in Kankal. Kankal got a Chinmaya pose painting. Sorry for the interruption, Kaka.
The face is also not good. Face is also not good. See, when this opening was there, I was sitting on the stage, and Madhusudan, there is very much too much of rush, all crowd, and Bharucha was to open that unveil that statue, and when he went there, Bharucha now he is the person who will just point blank he will say, he will give his opinion. But Madhusan say after spending, looking at that, bowing down there, Madhusan came and sat by my side, and then I was just asking him. I also want to go there, and what Madhusan said to me, better you not, better you know not go there. I said, why? It is not a good statue. It was not a good statue. And, it's not only that center, but there are other centers also. Now there are centers in Maharashtra also. They have made some sort of Baba statue. They are not good statues. Not good statue, not good paintings also. The whole painting, if it is colored, if that Baba's picture is colored, it's all right. But if the whole picture is painted, then of course it doesn't come nice. That is what even Ramakrishna used to say, that the actual photograph also cannot capture Baba's beauty. Now let me say one thing, that Baba's beauty was changing every moment. Baba's mood was changing every moment. Baba's beauty was also changing every moment. When Baba visits Andhra, Baba look like Andhra person. When Baba visits West, US or Australia or something like that, Baba would look like that. If Baba visits some other place in India, then his look will change according to the place wherever he goes. So his very face cannot come in the actual picture, photograph also. What to talk about paintings and what to talk about statues. Very few statues are there. A couple of statues are there which are nice. So I think Ganesh, we have
Yes.
such an hospital.
Hey Baba.
Ganesh, thank you so much, Ganesh. You,
Welcome. Yeah.
you, it, I really feel so very emotional by looking all that. You see, nice, very nice. And not only nice, very touching. I would say very touching. Just give our compliments to Ted whenever you have want to meet him. Jai Baba, we take Aarti now.
Yes, sure.
What a thought is Marathi Aarti. Will that do? Got it. जिथे कल्पना शब्द न जाती ऐसा पुरंकार मेती म्हणून वेद थकले महिमा तुझा अपार मेहर अवतारा विकारा आरती तुमची केली मने निरंजन लावून जो रमणाची मेहर अवतारा विकारा आरती तुमची केली मने निरंजन लावून जो रमणाची धूप जाळोने दीप लावणे पुष्पेर पुणे देवा पुष्पेर पुणे मोठेपण कामदला तुमचे तुम्हा देवोनी मेहर अवतारा विकारा आरती तुमची केली मने निरंजन लावून जो रमणाची तुम्हीच कारक तुम्हीच तारक आदि तुम्ही अंती देवा आदि तुम्ही अंती तुमच्या सम हो तुम्हीच देवा दुसरी नाती देवा दुसरी नाती मेहर अवतारा स्वीकारा आरती तुमची केली मने निरंजन लावून रमणाची तुमची माया सर्व चराचरी छाया तुमची देवा छाया अनंत तुम्ही थोरे नकळे वर्णागी कैची मेहर अवतारा विकारा आरती तुमची केली माझा मजला ठावन महिमा सांगू तव कैसा महिमा सांगू तव कैसा अज्ञपणे मी गातो माझा भाव असा मेहर अवतारा विकारा आरती तुमची मनी निरंजन लावणी जो मनाची कृपावंत तुम्ही असीम तुम आय कुणी द्यावे देवा काय कुणी द्यावे एक मागणी स्मरण तुझे नित तव भक्ता व्हावे मेहर अवतारा स्वीकारा आरती तुमची केली मनी निरंजन लावणी नमनाची मेहर अवतारा स्वीकारा आरती तुमची केली मनी निरंजन लावणी जो
Yes, I think. Yes, Chand has a question, I guess. He's raised his hand.
Jai Meher Baba Kaka.
Meher
Firstly,
Baba.
let me say, today I have to say, Til Gul Ge, Gur Gur Bola. Til Gul Ge, Gur Gur Bola. And secondly, that concept has been now even followed in Meherabad, and the prasad they give is Revdi in Meherabad even today.
Yes,
What
yes,
Baba
yes.
has given on 14th of January 1956, 54 or 56. Yeah, that is.
Yes, yes.
And I want to also to bring to your notice about the two other statues. They are in standing pose. One in Dehradun, other in Guntur. Dehradun made as it is similar to that of Nauranga, and in Guntur that is a different plaster of Paris. That's also very well maintained. And the center you referred is not the Kankal. Kankal got a Balboskar Raju's Chinmaya pose that is in Kamareddy. When Barucha opened, when opened the center, that is near Kamareddy is very near to it is a
yes.
gateway of Kankal. Yeah. So there when he opened it, when he opened Barucha said, Baba, is it Baba statue? It looks like a Meherwan set.
Yes.
Set. That's what
that
Barucha
place.
said. Yeah.
I was talking about
Kamareddy.
that place.
Yeah,
Yes,
Kamareddy.
that place.
Yeah.
And
Because
other you talked about Dehradun and all that. I didn't like that. I
but
didn't like
that
even
statue at Guntur is made of plaster of Paris. Total in 1965 darshan. Baba's waving a hand, one hand like this. Guntur.
I see.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That is made of plaster of Paris. Yeah.
Yes.
So
Hmm.
once again, I'm grateful to you, Pratapji. But
Thank you.
one thing is,
Thank
you should take care of your health and take a lot of water, and so
Yes,
that
yes,
it will be
yes,
helpful
yes.
to you. In fact,
Yes,
we are
thank you. Thank you.
anxious about your health. Avtar Meher Baba ki jai.
Jai.
I think Rosal wants to say something. Rosal? Okay. Anybody else? Any other question? Any other point? Okay. So, thank you so much, Pratap Uncle. Happy Makar Sankrant to you and everyone. And thank you once again. Take care of your health. And we meet again next Friday. Thank you, everybody. Jai Baba. Thank you, Baba.
Jai Baba.
Jai
Thank
Baba,
you.
Jai Baba, Jai Baba, Jai Baba.
Avtar Meher Baba
Meher
ki
Baba
jai.
ki jai.
Jai.
Avtar Meher Baba ki jai.
Baba ki jai.
Avtar Meher Baba ki jai.
Baba ki jai.
Jai.
So lovely. Thank you.
Thank you, Baba.